Hello children, we have another informative chapter with us. It deals with our environment and the title is Environmental Degradation. हम अपने environment को कैसे degrade, कैसे खराब करते हैं उसके बारे में है. Environmental degradation has been a matter of concern since earliest times. The first emperor of India, Ashoka, issued his rock edicts in which he emphasized the need for conservation of environment. It was such an important issue in those ancient times and it continues to be vital even today. Ashoka had banned hunting of a number of wild animals as well as burning down of trees. Even before him, the sacred texts have provided punishments for illegal cutting down of trees. The British made several laws which emphasized the need for conservation of forests. But these laws were chiefly greedy and selfish in nature. They were mostly guided towards barring the access of natives to forests, while they flouted such laws with impunity as far as the exploitation of natural resources for their own interests was concerned. पुराने टाइम से सभी लोग कहते हैं कि ना तो पेड़ जलाओ या काटो और बहुत सारे एनिमल्स का मेंशन होता था कि इनको हंट नहीं करना चाहिए. यहाँ तक कि ब्रिटिश ने भी बड़े सारे लॉज बनाए, लेकिन ब्रिटिश ने जो लॉज बनाए थे वो सिर्फ नेटिव लोगों के लिए थे ताकि जो ब्रिटिशर्स खुद हैं वो इन नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज को अपने फ़ायदे के लिए एक्सप्लॉइट कर सकें. आफ्टर इंडिपेंडेंस, not much attention was paid to this aspect until 1990, due to which great deforestation occurred. Deforestation जब हम फॉरेस्ट के पेड़ काट देते हैं. The hills and plains became bare, dreary and solitary. From this year, the government paid attention to forests and wildlife. And ever since, India has done quite well in this direction and its result is visible to us today. However, much more needs to be done. In this connection, science can be of help to us. Let us see how. Science is responsible for many ills prevailing in the world today. Many orthodox people would claim, and they have many points to support their views. Use of polythene bags, excessive use of chemicals, pesticides and insecticides in farming, burning of oil in vehicles and machines leading to air pollution, sound pollution caused due to heavy surface and air traffic, the waste generated due to human, commercial and industrial activities, etc. are only a few factors which come to mind naturally. These are only a few of a very long list. True, we agree to it that science has, in more or less degree, harmed the environment. But if we look closely, we find that not science, but misuse of science at the hands of humans has led to this difficult situation. Logic is the foundation of science, and in this case, logic is being flouted beyond all reasonable limits. ये कहना कि साइंस की वजह से एनवायरनमेंट खराब हो रहा है, गलत बात है. आफ्टर ऑल साइंस हमेशा लॉजिक पे बेस्ड है और ये भी एक लॉजिक है कि जो हमारे आसपास डेग्रेडेशन हो रही है वो साइंस नहीं, लोगों के साइंस के गलत इस्तेमाल से हो रही है. Despite the above argument, we can also safely say that this problem, if generated by science, can only be resolved only through scientific management. There is no cure in traditional method to set it right. When the world population is rising and the area under farming is shrinking, there is need for scientific farming. Moreover, a larger population has an increased number of needs in all fields of life: food, clothing, machines, education, medical treatment, and of course, generating jobs for all of them. The traditional way of living could not have met these needs. So we have to look forward to science for all these. If we look closely, we find that our traditional way of living has caused serious pollution in the rivers and other water bodies. In village ponds, it is a common sight to find cattle and children bathing together in dirty water. While on one corner, women would be filling their pitchers with water for drinking and other domestic purposes. The worst case is with the Ganga. You will find people throwing things of every type into it, including dead bodies, ash, flowers, milk, and scents. Can these activities clean it in any way? These activities have reduced the Ganga into a dirty drain at many places where you cannot think of even washing hands, leave alone sipping or bathing in it. And the irony is that these polluters would not accept their responsibility. They would blame the industries and households for the pollution and would talk of the government's responsibility for the cleanup. लोग खुद ही रिवर्स को, स्पेशली रिवर्स लाइक गंगा, उसको गंदा करते हैं और लेकिन अपने ऊपर कोई रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेते. साफ करने की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो सिर्फ गवर्नमेंट की है. Well, the government has the paraphernalia to clean up the rivers, and it is its duty to keep all water bodies clean. But does that absolve us of our liability? Government के पास facilities, paraphernalia मतलब जो भी equipment चाहिए river clean करने के लिए, वो तो government के पास है और वो rivers को clean भी कर सकते हैं और करते भी हैं. लेकिन उससे क्या हमारी जिम्मेदारी खत्म हो जाती है? Everybody of us is responsible for keeping our rivers clean, and not much science is involved in the tiny measures that we can take up at individual levels. Bathing in the rivers is considered sacred in India, but for that it is not necessary to plunge yourself into the water body. Just take out a bucket of water and bathe yourself on the bank. If at all you decide to jump into the water body, at least avoid using the soap. In the present situation, we know that the Ganga's condition is pitiable due to pollution and we need to clean it to restore its glory. When we have resolved to clean up our environment, science comes to our aid in more ways than one. Scientific studies have helped us to know more about our rivers and river systems. Geological, hydrological, and seismological studies of the Himalayan glaciers have helped us to manage them better so that water can be provided in different regions while generating electricity from it. Some people claim that the Saraswati river disappeared and a day will come when the Ganga too would disappear. However, science would not allow this to happen because scientific studies would keep us informed of any changes occurring in it. Science can also help us to solve many more problems. We have a number of dams or multi-purpose projects on the rivers. There is a huge scope for this on the perennial Himalayan rivers, which will give our industries required electricity and our youth employment. We can also scientifically manage our pollution problems better by the use of science. The wastewater can be treated before disposing it off in the water bodies. Or better still, the treated water can be used in many industrial applications, especially for washing. The remaining solid waste can be disposed of in a manner which is environmentally favorable. There are many other ways too. What we lack is only willpower. Without it, the quality of our life can only degrade. So hopefully from today itself, हम सब aware रहेंगे कि क्या हमारे actions है जिनसे environment को harm पहुंचता है और उन actions को हम बंद कर देंगे.